Hey songwriters, welcome back to another video here at Home Songwriting. I'm Chad Shank, and today we're talking all about how you can write better choruses and really talking about the core of what a chorus does for your songwriting. So we're going to talk about some attributes, some techniques, and just really give you a great foundation to write some great choruses. So let's jump in. Jumping into some quick review on what each song section does. So your verse is really setting up the who, when, and the where, and it establishes the situation of your song. Your chorus now is going to be the main emotional center of the song, and it's really the why and what the song is really about. So your chorus is really important. And the bridge, it takes us somewhere new and expands ideas in the song. So within a song, there's really two types of sections. There's developmental sections, which give information that leads to a point. It provides concrete details or imagery that gives context to the emotional parts of the song, and it creates contrast that leads to the central idea. Now, the central idea summarizes the main idea of the song. It's more emotional, it's the why everything else in the song matters, and it really completes the main thought or the idea of the song. And it's usually the most repeated part. So, probably not a surprise, choruses are the central idea or the central section of your song. The idea of a chorus really started in live theater. So it was the summarizing part of a performance where a chorus of jurors or a chorus really sang about the scene that just happened. And it's really about singing together. So when you hear choruses of songs, it's really the part of the song that everybody remembers more often, and it's kind of the fun part to sing. And a lot of times it's the more anthemic part of the song where it's kind of that release of the tension that the verses had built. A lot of times you'll hear people talk about a hook of a song as well. So what's the difference between a hook and a chorus? Well, a hook usually refers to kind of the title. It can also be sort of the clever idea or the clever flip of the song. And hooks can also be lyrical or musical. And you can have a hook without a chorus. And a chorus then is a song section that's repeated to deliver the main emotional concept of your song. Not all songs need a chorus, but choruses usually contain your strongest hook. So I think that's why people think that a hook and a chorus are the same, because they are so closely related, and a lot of times they are one and the same. So then what is a refrain? A refrain is a repeated line that appears at the end or the beginning of each verse. So it's kind of like a summarizing line or a hook line that usually contains the title, and it usually comes at the end or sometimes the beginning of each verse. So jumping into writing your choruses, just to review, the verses set up the who, when, the where, the what of the song. Your chorus is the why. So your verses are there to develop and explain and show us what is happening. Choruses summarize what we should feel about it or what the characters are feeling about what is happening in your song. So if you write a chorus first, writing that chorus gives you a strong center for what your song is about, and it can really be a guiding light because all of the other parts should develop and point to that chorus. And having a strong chorus can give you a lot of space to play within your verses. And writing your chorus first is a very efficient and great way to write. I know I've taken some courses with Lewis Bell, Ryan Tedder, Charlie Puth. A lot of those guys, they start with their hook and their chorus first because then they can build the verses around that. So to start to develop the rest of the song after you have a chorus, ask yourself, who is feeling these feelings? Also ask what happened to make them feel these things. Ask, where is this happening? When is it happening? And write down all of these answers into a paragraph form, because these can give you starting points to start to think about what can you put in your verses and what can you put some imagery around. Like if you picked a person, you could describe the person. If you picked a time, you could describe the time. If you picked a location, you could describe the location. So this is really helping you to develop some material and some things that you can start to put together after you have your chorus. So it really is about asking the right questions. So if you write your verses first, you can then ask yourself, what is the character feeling? And what should I, the listener, be feeling about what is happening? Also, pay attention to how you color the chorus. Does your chorus mean something different and mean something more each time you hear it? Pat Pattison talks about recoloring a chorus in his book, Writing Better Lyrics, and I also talk about it in some of the other videos here on At Home Songwriting. So it's definitely a technique that you should look into and learn. And like I said, check out some other videos on the channel to really help you get a grasp of how to do this. So your chorus should then also be written in a way that you can actually recolor it from your verses. So the chorus, like I said, can mean more as the song goes on. And a great song to listen to that does this really well is Use Mine by Steve Seskin. So moving on to chorus structure, there's two types of lines within your chorus. The first type of line is a title line. So it's pretty simple. That means it's a line that contains your title. The other type of line is a line that doesn't contain your title. So title lines and non-title lines. In order to speed up writing a chorus, you can use these common structures to plop in your title or a title line, and then also lines that are not the title. So the T's are the title lines, and these dashes are lines that are not the title. So a very efficient way is to just try experimenting, writing a title, and then write a couple of lines that support it, and then put them into these structures and experiment with what works the best. I know we went through some of these concepts on choruses really fast, but if you want to learn more about writing choruses, writing verses, and writing better songs, first, subscribe to this channel, but also check out our meetup.com page where we do monthly songwriting workshops where you can interact with me and other at-home songwriters live via Zoom. We talk about more details and we do writing exercises that you can follow along with. So check out the link in this description, and I'd be happy to see you join us at an at-home songwriting workshop. But hopefully this gives you some ideas on what the chorus is and how you can start writing choruses relatively quickly. I'm Chad Shank. Thank you so much for visiting At Home Songwriting. This is a channel all about songwriting for people like you that are learning, just starting out. Maybe you have a little bit of experience, but a lot of us are just writing songs at home and we just love songwriting. So check out the next video and we will see you next time.